Good morning, YouTube. So today, I don't even know if it's going to be productive or not, but when I bought the car, it had this aftermarket horn, and I figured I guess it'd be a little louder. My Mazda 6 is very, very loud, and this one just doesn't, it's okay. So I'm going to demo it before and after. I'm going to try, today's video, I'm going to try to clean it. I don't even know if it's going to really do anything. One thing I did notice is you can see the top part right here. The orientation is wrong, and that's because water can get in those nipples and potentially break the bone. So I do want to, at least at the very minimum, orient it right the right way. There's also supposed to be a tube that attaches, I think it's right down there, and that prevents water from getting sucked into the horn. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take it apart, look at the stator, and maybe give it a little cleaning. So this is what it sounds like beforehand with the horn. And just, that sounds weak to me. Let's hit the horn and see what it sounds like. Okay, so we're going to compare that before and after and see if we can hear a difference. Okay, so from what I've read online, it looks like you access the horn from under the car. Glad I don't have to pull the front bumper off. At least I don't think I should. So I'm going to go ahead and just work on these exterior screws so I can pull this plastic panel off, and then that should give me access to that horn. So yeah, they just look like either a Phillips screw or just probably like a 6mm or 8mm bolt. Okay, it appears there are a couple pop clips, one there, just normal pop clips, and it looks like we have two 10mm that hold the back up. We also have looks like a 10mm bolt right there. And I think that whole panel should drop down after I remove it. Okay, so I actually had to remove this splash shield right here. So there's a bolt there, a couple push pins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 5, and then I think there might be one there. And then this assembly drops down, the splash shield goes out of the way, and that exposes a bolt right there. And I believe that's what we need to remove the rest of this thing. And there may be, is that a push pin? Yeah, there may be a push pin right there. Focus in on it. Yeah, right there. So that and that bolt. Okay, and with that slid down, now that exposes the horn. Let me see if I have some light here. Okay, now there is a bolt right there, and I believe that's the mounting bolt. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that, and yeah, it looks like there's a clip right there I need to disconnect, and maybe the horn will come up. Okay, so it looks like with just wiggling it around, the two terminals came off. It looks like it's electrical taped together. What scares me is it looks like the harness has been spliced here. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know. It looks like speaker wire. I'm not really sure. So I'm doing some research, but the horn is out. I still do plan on cleaning it. I want to research more on the I believe they make a connector for this for the MX-5, but being that the harness is already spliced, I don't know if that would be a worthy purchase. So I'm going to research more. Okay, so to continue where I left off, I guess speaker wire, because it is 12 gauge, should be able to handle 20 amps, which this one doesn't require more than that, so I think I'm going to just leave the speaker wire in there for now, unless I notice issues. I did disassemble the horn so far. It's not terrible. I do see some dirt right there, so I'm going to go ahead and either make a vinegar and baking powder solution, or and just kind of scrub it. Or I may use QD contact cleaner. That may be better. And then I'll just scrub it with a wire brush, and we'll see how clean I can get it. Here's the after result. It was a little cleaner, so I'm satisfied with the result. Now to put it back together. Okay guys, give you an update. So what happened is I installed the horn, and actually I removed this old horn right here, took it apart, lubed it up, put it back together the best I could, right? And then when I plugged it in, it started making this atrocious noise, like, I don't know, like the magnets were rubbing, and I couldn't quite figure it out. And as I was using it, I noticed it started smelling like burning, so I just stopped and I tossed it. So I guess I'm going to turn this video into how not to fix your horn. Actually, really, there wasn't anything wrong with it. Something I learned about that type of horn, that electric horn, is when you double click the horn button, it doesn't sound very loud, and that's how it's supposed to be. This is more of like a snail horn, and I think it's a little different in how it's designed. The Stebel Nautilus is the one I had before, and I believe they're good for about 2 to 3 years sometimes, and you got to maintain them. You got to keep using them. Honestly, most of the time I'm not on the horn. I'm just not that type of driver. So for me, I like to hear a strong, beep when I double click when I'm locking the doors, and that just didn't happen with the Stebel Nautilus. So I bought this horn off Amazon. It finally came in. It's been about 3 days. I also bought some of these. They're called spade connectors, male and female. Hopefully I don't need any extra wire. I did try to clean up the terminals the best I could, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jack this car up and get this installed. Okay, so I did remove that splash shield again, and I did drop the under tray right here to give me access. So this is what we're looking at. I did try to clean up that connector the best I could. There's crimps, so I had to kind of uncrimp it. That wire seems to be okay, in good condition, so I'm going to try to fit that right over it. So actually, sorry, I'm going to have to use I'm going to fit it right over this terminal and see if it fits right over. So let me try it out. Okay, so I wanted to mount the trumpet in this orientation because I didn't want water to get into it. The problem is that wire just isn't long enough, so I bought some heat insulated shrink tubing, I guess, and you put a hair dryer to it and it shrinks. And luckily I bought those spaded connectors, so I'm gonna try it and see if this gives me a little more slack. This is the finished product. You can see right there. The extension did help, and it allowed me to angle the trumpet down a little bit so water won't stay in there. And yeah, time to put it all back together.